Chrono-Custodial Confidential. Episode 5, Alexander the May. Scene 1, The Briefing. Assignment, Case File 8-Alexander. Subject, Alexander III of Macedon. Known to Earth's history fanboys as Alexander the Great. Known to the Bureau of Narrative Integrity as Alexander the May.
Hold on. Alexander? The sword guy? The one who cried when he ran out of countries to invade? The dude who named, 16 cities after himself and one after his horse? We're flagging him?
He's destabilizing the entire Eastern Mediterranean with excessive conquest-based flexing. His ego is currently emitting temporal radiation at a level usually reserved for exploding suns. The timeline is practically bleeding bravado and cheap cologne.
So, you want me to go humble him? Maybe knock his helmet off and give him a cosmic noogie?
No. We want you to go get him to sign Form 20B, the Acknowledgement of Narrative Overreach, and file an addendum under Conquest, Mismanagement, and Excessive Monologuing.
So yes, that's just humbling him with paperwork. Don't dress it up. Fine. But I'm expensing my sandals for this. It's all dust and delusions back there.
Scene 2. Siege of Tyre, 332 BC. Mandrell materializes mid-siege. The island city of Tyre is, it's on fire. Alexander, hair flowing magnificently, is posing on a pile of rubble like he just invented cheekbones. Mandrell.
Excuse me, Mr. the Great? Yeah, you, in the gilded breastplate. P. Mandrell, Bureau of Narrative Integrity. You're currently in violation of Emotional Humility Clause 7G and, frankly, several noise ordinances.
Alexander, regal, dismissive.
I am the son of Zeus.
Okay, look, I just processed Zeus's celestial paternity claims last week. He listed 187 illegitimate children, a minotaur, and 3 rain clouds. You want to get added to that spreadsheet, or do you want to deal with your citation?
Alexander simply flexes a bicep. In response, Mandrell thrusts a papyrus scroll at him with a celestial pen.
This is a waiver acknowledging that building a kilometer-long road across the ocean just to burn one city is, and this is the official term, doing the absolute most. Sign here, initial under oops, my bad, and we can pretend this never happened.
By the time I was 26, I had conquered the Persian Empire.
By the time I was 26, I figured out how to clean a temporal singularity out of the break room microwave. We all have our milestones, pal. Now sign.
Scene 3. Campfire Philosophy Night. Night falls. Alexander, having successfully conquered Tyre, now attempts to conquer the art of the fireside chat. He fails. Mandrell, meanwhile, is attempting to stab a marshmallow with a stick.
History will speak of me in hushed, reverent tones. They will say I was a force of nature. Unstoppable. Divine.
Mouthful of marshmallow.
Nah, history's gonna remember that your horse had more emotional range. Bucephalus. Good kid.
Alexander, offended.
Bucephalus was a noble and spirited steed, a prince among horses.
Mandrell.
Bucephalus kicked me in the shin when I materialized. Then he looked back, did that little horse nod thing, apologized. Twice. What's your excuse for the posing?
Alexander.
Do not mock a living god.
Mandrell.
A god? Dude, I saw you throw a full-blown tantrum because your sandals got dusty on the march to Gordium. Apollo didn't whine when his chariot got a flat. Hephaestus works in a volcano, and you don't hear him complaining about the heat. Get some perspective.
Scene 4. Reckoning in Babylon, 323 BC. Months of questionable life choices later, Alexander collapses in Babylon. Was it poison, a fever, or perhaps, as some bureau theorists suggest, a catastrophically bad batch of hummus? Mandrell, leaning over the bed.
Welp, timeline's catching up, champ. Turns out you can't conquer your own liver. Mortality, the one kingdom you can't invade. Who knew?
Alexander. weakly gasping.
Tell them I wept, for there were no more lands to conquer.
Mandrell.
Tell them you wept because Cleopatra, who won't even be born for another 250 years, by the way, rejected your LinkedIn request. It's more believable.
Alexander, confused last breath.
What is LinkedIn?
Scene 5. Filing the aftermath. Back at Bureau HQ, Mandrell files Form 88T. Overreach, strategic. Acute ego-induced timeline fracture.
So, what happens now with his whole, thing? The empire he wouldn't shut up about?
Ah, yes, it's being divided among 4 of his top generals, none of whom are particularly qualified or like each other. Think of it as history's first and most violent group project.
Ah, so chaos, backstabbing, and decades of disappointment. Classic sequel setup. Can I go on my lunch break now? This whole episode has made me crave a gyro.
Narrator, if you enjoyed this trip through the annals of history's most dramatic haircut, subscribe to Chrono-Custodial Confidential. Do it before that one guy in your group chat conquers the potluck and declares himself divine.